Pleasure. I'd like to introduce Rick Breed along with his partner Mark Furman. Now, Rick, you two are from the law firm of Tarlow, Breed, Hart, and Rogers, and I understand you have a title of Estate Planner of the Year award. Is that the case?
Thank you, Fred. That's the case. It's actually an award given by the Boston Estate Planning Council, which is an association of about 700-800 members in the Boston area of trust bankers, CPAs, life insurance agents, financial professionals, and attorneys.
Now we're going to turn you over to Mark Furman for a second, because Mark, usually our reporter on litigation. Today we're not going to discuss litigation. Mark, you want to talk about your long relationship and respect for Rick. Is that correct?
Well, I thought I'd like to say a few words. Rick and I have practiced together for 20 years, and we're all very proud of him and this award. And you know, Rick's a terrific guy. He's a great estate planner. He's my estate planner. So I have personal knowledge of Rick, both as a person and as a professional. One of the things I like to say about Rick as an estate planner is, and I don't want to embarrass him, but Rick is extremely articulate. He communicates so well with people that he makes the estate planning process understandable to even people who are not that knowledgeable of it. People like myself, for example. And you know, it's been a great association that we've had for 20 years, and I'm thrilled about it and very happy that he's getting this award, and it's well deserved.
Great. Rick, you want to talk to us a little bit about what the criteria was for winning this award?
Well, I like to think it's about ability, but it's also about time with the organization. I've been a member of the Boston Estate Planning Council for most of my 32 years of practice, and it's been an opportunity to, as we say, make difference in people's lives and working cooperatively with other members of that estate planning team.
You know, in my research, and I agree it's limited, and in the research I've learned at the university, I've learned that when you find people who really excel at what they do, underneath it all you find people, for the most part, of great values. My experience with you is that you're a person of great values as well. Do you, I'm not trying to, you know, butter you up at all, but I find, you know, when you're approaching your work, is that something that comes into play for you?
Well, as I say, we try to make differences in people's lives, and I think you need to be empathetic. I think you need to understand and connect with your client. And I can't help but bring some of my own values to that process. So I think I'm a good listener. I think I'm creative. I think I follow through. And I think I'm a good relationship person.
So, you know, I don't want your head to get too large for all these compliments, Rick. So I do want to talk about estate planning a little bit and things that are going on in with the federal estate tax, and I know that there's a lot of things that are scheduled to expire December 31, 2012, and so what are the hot issues in estate planning that business owners and entrepreneurs should know about, you know, opportunities available to them this year?
Well, just to set the stage, I hope our listenership is aware that when you die, in addition to having paid income taxes all your life, Uncle Sam does in effect an inventory of what you have at the time of your demise and levies a transfer tax on that. We call it an estate tax. And that tax is at a rather onerous rate, presently 35%, but it's been as high as 55% over the years. What Mark referred to this year, though, is a special opportunity to make wealth transfers to anyone and have those transfers totally exempt from any sort of tax. Normally when we make a lifetime gift, Uncle Sam is going to assess a tax if we're in excess of a stated exemption. And during my practice, that exemption for lifetime transfers has been around $1 million. Sounds like a lot of money, but for many of our clients, it isn't. For this year, the exemption has been moved up to $5 million. So a couple together could transfer up to $10 million of wealth to any beneficiaries of their choosing without any transfer tax whatsoever. So it's an important time to take advantage of that exemption because, as Mark may have indicated, at the end of 2012, that exemption is legislated to sunset, and it won't be here for persons either dying or giving on January 1, 2013. Now, there's some debate as to what will happen with our lame duck Congress and possible change in presidential office, and the future of that legislation is somewhat uncertain. So we're encouraging clients to take advantage of the window while it's still open.